So moving on to our third and final presentation today. Welcome to this Canada Specialist Program webinar. Angie from Tourism Kamloops, please take it away.
Thank you. Good evening from Kamloops and hello Australian and New Zealand travel trade. My name is Angie Polis and I'm the Destination Experience Specialist at Tourism Kamloops. Lisa Strachan, you may have heard of her before. She's my boss, but unfortunately she's not able to make it here today, but she is still with our team. So over the next few minutes, I'm going to run through a range of updates, sharing an update on Kamloops as a whole, share a development about key attractions, winter products, and as well include a Kamloops tour operator toolkit to help you make your jobs easier and to get updated photos and videos of Kamloops. So moving on, over the last 18 months, Kamloops has actually fared relatively well despite issues brought on from COVID-19. Our city is surrounded by wide open spaces that are renowned for hiking, mountain biking, championship golf, and winter activities, which Megan already touched on. And we've got over 50 accommodation options for budget travelers or those who are willing to indulge in a bit more. So we've been pretty lucky with that. And here is just a quick snapshot of new tourism products that have actually been created in the past 18 months. To your left, we've had two craft distilleries, Gin Lane and Red Bridge Distilling. They've opened their doors this year actually, and craft spirits are booming across BC, and Kamloops is no exception to that. To the left, or to the right of that, there's the Twin Rivers Drive-In. It was established last summer and continues to be a popular summertime evening event in an urban park just 10 minutes from downtown. Next to that, we've had the Quiseltkin Artisan and Farmers Market. It's an Indigenous market held every Sunday morning at the Kamloops Powwow Grounds, just 5 minutes from downtown. So the market did start last summer, and it's a very authentic event to purchase Indigenous local products. And lastly, Inspired Trails Horsemanship is a guided horseback trail riding operator, and they started operating this year. They're having a lot more developments, but here's just a quick snapshot to show what's new in the city. Now onto product updates. So the BC Wildlife Park is a nonprofit dedicated to the rescue and rehabilitation of injured wildlife, just 20 minutes east of downtown. The park is home to 200 animals, including 65 species like the Kermode bear, grizzly bear, bighorn sheep, cougars, wolves, and more. The park is export ready and travel trade rates will be held for next year. Visitor experiences that you can expect are private animal encounters. It's not hands-on contact with animals, but one-on-one experiences with an educator. There are also virtual animal encounters and interactive activities. They've got a small beehive inside and splash pad outside for families in the summer, since we get hot, dry summers. Recently, the park also received significant grants towards accessibility. So all of the pathways outside are now paved and are accessible for those with low mobility in a wheelchair or in a stroller. The outdoor washrooms were also just upgraded, and there's been new signage installed. So it's great to see investment in a lot of key attractions in the city. The park has also recently applied for funding to install another mini train. Depending on the health restrictions, the park hopes to bring back birds of prey demonstrations and their family farm next year too. Moccasin Trails is Indigenous owned and operated and offers guided canoe and hiking experiences in the Kamloops area. The guides invite you to join them in touring the waters and lands that their ancestors have traveled for hundreds of years. This product is export ready, and in this slide, the canoe is paddling the South Thompson River directly from Harper's Trail Winery back towards Kamloops. So custom experiences like this are available on request. And we're proud to say that Moccasin Trails did operate this year from April to September with COVID restrictions in place. Brewer Marina is located on the shores of Kamloops Lake, about 20 minutes west of Kamloops. We don't brag about it much, but Kamloops does have a lake close by, and it is great. It is safer. There's a lot less boat traffic than other lakes in the region, which is wonderful in July and August. The marina offers kayak, paddleboard, jet ski, and boat rentals. and it's market ready with negotiable rates. On site, there's also a family-friendly beach, dockside grill, and pizzeria. And as I mentioned, they operate in the spring and summer, just depending on the weather and the water levels. This area as well is where the salmon from the coast come up later in the fall. You wouldn't see it from the marina, but it's a very cool habitat and integral part of the ecosystem. Next up, we've got the Kamloops Heritage Railway. So their on-rail experiences have not been operational in 2020 or 2021 due to health restrictions. They're mostly volunteer run and the volunteers are mostly senior. However, in a normal year, the KHR has special tours on Canada Day, Halloween, and Christmas. Nonetheless, the Heritage Railway has offered private backshop tours to see the steam locomotive 2141, which is pictured here, up close and in person, and take a tour through decommissioned cars. This year, the KHR also received a grant to convert one of their rail cars into a learning center and a new welcome kiosk. Rates are expected to increase for 2022. Next up, we've got Kamloops Watersport Rentals. They're located downtown Kamloops and they offer rentals for kayaks, paddleboards, and canoes. Their business officially opened in the middle of the pandemic, but they've still had 2 very successful summer seasons. Customers can paddle along the South Thompson River, pictured here, or they can take the watercraft to a location of their choice, as Kamloops Watersports offers straps and adapters that fit most vehicles, such as rental cars. They are also market ready. Kamloops is a destination where tasting the wine, beer, and culinary delights with the owner is the norm and not the exception. And harvest actually just wrapped up at a lot of the wineries. And Tasteful Excursions and Divine Tours are 2 of our operators that can get you there. So they're both expert ready partners that offer year-round service and competitive rates. There are themed trips that you can choose from, but customization is always possible. Such as here, it's a golf tour, but they went to a winery right after. There are no major updates, and the rates are staying similar to this year. Guided fly fishing is extremely popular as Kamloops boasts some of the best freshwater fishing in North America, with over 100 highly productive lakes within a 1-hour drive of the city. Guided fly fishing is increasingly popular with visitors with various export and market ready guides available all 4 seasons, which are listed on the slide. There are no major updates. It's just a really beautiful experience, and you'll never run into any crowds if you go with a guide to a lake. Moving into winter, here is a quick 1-minute video that showcases some of our winter experiences.
Angie, we can't hear the sound.
Here we go again. Okay.
Turn it on. It's all good. Just
Alrighty.
start again.
There we go. So winter in Kamloops is that beautiful. I can attest to it. And the snowfall in the region is renowned for being light, dry, and powdery, which makes it an amazing season to explore on snowshoes, skis, or just hang around the fire. So we're going to skip over some peaks because Megan did a wonderful job about it, and I could brag about them all day. But taking a different turn, Harper Mountain is a locally owned and operated ski hill that's 20 minutes outside of Kamloops. If you're staying in Kamloops in the winter, you can actually see the lights for night skiing from most neighborhoods in the city, which is pretty cool. So this family-owned ski hill is Canadiana rolled into one, There's a rustic day lodge with a wood burning fire that burns all day, a chairlift, and only one T-bar to service the entire hill, and they're not fast. And to top it off, they make mulled wine and homemade poutine every day in the winter. Harper Mountain is an affordable and unique family experience with outdoor activities like skiing, snowboarding, cross-country skiing, snowshoeing, and tubing. Rentals are available on site, and there are no changes anticipated for 2022. Going in a different direction, Overlander Ski Club is a Nordic ski club located 25 minutes south of Kamloops. The nonprofit operates 60 kilometers of scenic, expertly groomed cross-country trails and 12 kilometers of snowshoe trails. Night skiing is also available. There are 5 kilometers of lit up trails, but seasoned skiers do venture beyond these trails with headlamps. There are no rate changes for this year. The prices have frozen. And the club also received significant funding this year to have more lighted trails and more infrastructure developed. So it's really great to see all of the investments for all different seasons across the city. More importantly as well, rentals are available on site. Elevated Fishing Adventures is the sole ice fishing guide in Kamloops, in the area anyway, based out of Sun Peaks. There are no major rate increases anticipated for next year, and the product is export ready. I can attest it is as cool as it looks, as our entire office went 2 years ago with Campbell. But that is a wrap on our tour operator updates. Last but not least, here are some resources for the tour operator toolkit. So I will say all this information is available on our website, and I will send it all to you tomorrow. But to the right is the what's open and what's new pages. They list every tourism related business that's open and following COVID-19 safety protocols. In the middle, we've got 9 unique sample itineraries that you can use to inspire your guests about Kamloops. I forgot to mention this in the previous session, but we also just created 3 more itineraries last month, and they're 3 separate road trips in the Kamloops area. So that video is actually getting produced right now, and I can send it to you in the winter when it's ready, our winter that is. Back to the other itineraries, there are different themes for arts and culture buffs, outdoor explorers, road trip crews, and more. Last but not least, we have our Crowdrift Media Hub. It's a free online media gallery. All you have to do is make an account. Our photos and videos are regularly updated by our team. Please do connect if there's a demand for images that we don't supply. We will do our best to try and get them for you. And we look forward to seeing you. Thank you for listening, and please reach out to myself or Lisa if you've got any questions.